All right, Baygrass, let's get ready to turn it up. This next band has been carving out their own space in the jamgrass world with a sound that's all their own. Deep, soulful, powerful, and they shake the mountains. They've got high energy, cosmic bluegrass feel that gets you into your bones. If you know their music, you know the words Seven Devils. I wish I was a mountain. Well, today, this beach, this bay, and this community are that mountain. And we're ready to climb it together, right? So let's crank up that dark, sexy grass energy and give a huge Baygrass welcome to the Kitchen Dwellers.
By the time I go to Madison, you were Portland bound, held in for the Northwest running underground, underground, underground. We're the Kitchen Dwellers. We're from Montana. Everybody, please give it up for easily the most good-looking and most talented member of both the Kitchen Dwellers and Green Sky Bluegrass, Mrs. Holly Bowling. and it's like, kinda like the feeling when you're outside in a hangover with no sunglasses. Oh, she sure looks pretty in that painted dress and them golden earrings, but I'll keep my distance for fear of losing a fragment of my soul and get on home. Get on left me on a cold gray morning. And that's life. The winter's here so goddamn lonely. My heart, it goes like a canyon, baby. She gotta get back to Denver, 'cause she ain't a fan of this damn Montana weather. And I still see her, and I know she's taking a fragment of my soul. Now get on home. Get on home. Everybody give it up for our friend Holly Bowling. Well, hell yeah, everybody. It's great to be back here at Baygrass with the bay and the grass. We're from Montana. We're not used to, the bays. More so the grass.
There's a lot of grass.
But we have been getting acclimated since we've been here. Everybody, this is Joe Funk on the stand-up bass. He's been getting into the Maryland culture since we got here today. He's been backstage. He's been doing lines of Old Bay.
I'm at 48 Oysters.
And watching The Wire. We're locked in now.
Outside those weeks we spent in Tracy Arm at the coast where we could hide. Bioluminescence in her wake and in your eyes. The passage was the road for us and the tears that inside. And Fort's terror wasn't quiet, but they made it out to be. Pushed on through the crazy red tide. Yeah, the algae was strong. The store was nice and warm. Anchored in that solemn midnight air. through the crazy riptide. And the allergy was strong, and that store was nice and warm. Anchored in that solemn midnight air on Muir Maid.
Hey, everybody, give it up for Patrick. As the son of a sailor, I went out on the sea for adventure, expanding the view of the captain and crew like a man just released from indenture. As a dreamer of dreams and a traveling man, I have chalked up many a mile, read dozens of books about heroes and crooks, and I learned much from both of their styles. As the son of a son, son of a son, son of a son of a sailor, son of a gun, load the last ton, one step ahead of the jailer. Now away in the near future, southeast of disorder, you can shake the hand of the mango man as he greets you at the border. And the lady, she hails from Trinidad, the island of the spices, salt for your meat and cinnamon sweet, and the rum is for all your good vices. Haul the sheet in as we ride on the wind, and our forefathers harness before us. When the bells ring as the tide rigging sings, it's the son of a gun of a chorus. I can't fathom, my friends. If I did, I might toss out an anchor. So I roll along, always searching for songs, not a lawyer, a thief, or a banker, but the son of a son, son of a son, son of a son of a sailor, son of a son, son of a son, son of a son of a sailor. Just a son of 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 a sailor, son of a gun, load the last time, one step ahead of the jailer. Just a son of 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 a sailor. Just a son of 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 a sailor. Just a son of 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 a sailor. Just a son of 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 a son.
Ford's terror wasn't quite. They made it out to me. And that Ford Layman diesel left us high and dry. But the elegy was strong. The stove was nice and warm. Anchored in that whipping northwest air. And Ford's terror wasn't quite, but they made it out to me. And that Perkins pushed on through the crazy red tide. Yeah, the elegy was strong, and that stove was nice and warm. Anchored in that solemn midnight air as you took control of the captain's chair. And I still hear that flag whipping through the air on the
Yeah, Joe Funk on the bass, everybody.
Thanks, y'all. Not many better places to play a song like that than looking out at all these boats in the bay and all that stuff.
So last night, we played in Massachusetts last night at a festival called Fresh Grass. And we played the late night, and we played till about midnight last night, and we had to drive 3 hours to the Boston airport. Joe is he's our kind of our wheel man. He drives us a lot of places on the road. Yeah, he gets us where we need to go, other than Stu. And it's like 3 in the morning, and I'm passed out in the van till we get to Boston, and I wake up to Jimmy Buffett just like blasting.
At a soothing 8,000 decibels.
Keeps me going, man.
You missed the hour and a half Jody Messina session.
We had some good jams.
I was still awake for that one.
Kyle Tuttle, everybody.
That's the best intro you're ever going to get.
Speaking of Jody Messina, Kyle Tuttle, everybody. How we got here, I haven't a clue. wasting. I said I'm going where they do not know my name. Well, your mama called us foolish, said our love would surely die. These many years have come between us, and now I hear your last goodbye. I'm going down to the station where my go watch and chain. Now time is wasting. Now I'm going where they do not know my name. When I said you love me, baby, I know our love won't be misused. No one hear me when I'm calling, 'cause you're not here to be untrue. I'm going down to the station where my go watch and chain. Now time is wasting. I said I'm going, they did not know my name. Said our time is wasting. Now I'm going, they do not know my name. The man, Kyle Tuttle. Everybody, this is Maxwell Ryan Davies on the guitar.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for having us.
This is Max's new song. It's called Letterbound.
It's our new song.
You're right, comrade.
Front to the back, you got Giving a little grace when I'm down and out. Lucky number spin, falling, falling down. Get this letter to the funeral home. Then again, find a way to live again. Letters bound for your wall. Find a way before it breaks. Don't let it go to waste. Little proof, a little something more. Letter bound for your wall. It seems we're bound to fall. Find a way to live again. Leather bound to your wall. Find a way before it breaks. Don't let it go to waste. Find a way to scream out letter bound for your wall. Little proof, a little something more. Tell me, when did it start? That's when it all comes apart. Tell me I'm obsessed and all that I got left is naughty pine in your heart. It's getting harder to leave. Had me crawl on my knees. See you with her eyes behind ashen eyes and left our love on the breeze. Flew through the trees. Now throw
you rose again when I drowned in the stream, and I'm swept away on the last train leaving as baggy swing pulls back on my brain, and I know I buried you deeper than sin, but your name comes up, old friend, and we're drowning again, drowning again. Well, hell yeah, everybody. Thanks for being here. We got one more here for you. Thanks for hanging out with us. And stick around for the mighty Green Sky Bluegrass. Real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to our friend John Way, just for getting us into this scene and for being a good pal to us ever since we first started coming out here to this part of the country. And for all the the mental health work and stuff that he is doing right now with VA Way, and yeah, check it out. Might be able to do something to help. Take care of your brain. Did you intimidate her? Mother said you wouldn't let her use the phone. Intoxicated past the point of knowing what was going on. Better yet, don't forget, grab your keys off the TV set, open your gun to the corner bar. Here we are after dark, and we're knocking at the maker's mark, scrounging up the dollars from my buddy's car, and lean on Sheena, she leans on me a lot. Hold on to what you've got. answers the phone. And were you intoxicated past the point of knowing what was going on? Better yet, don't forget, grab the keys off the TV set. Hoping you're gone from the corner bar. Here we are after dark, and we're knocking back the maker's mark, scrounging up the dollars from my buddy's car. And lean on Sheena, she leans on me and like, hold on, hold on, hold on to what you've got. Hold on to what you've got. Better yet, don't forget, grab your keys on the TV set, say it to the corner bar, not a friend till the end. She's never coming back again, always on my mind and in my heart. And lean on Sheena, lean on Sheena, lean on Sheena. She leans on me a lot. Hold on, hold on, hold on to what you've got. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. We appreciate you all. Thank you. We'll see you later. Thank you.